Hi there. As you can see by the sign, this is not too far from me. There's a blues club here, and this is just on the outskirts of Thornton Hough village. And we're taking a path that skirts the grounds of Thornton Hough Manor, which I think there's a sign here that says they do it. You know, they rent the thing out for weddings and stuff like that. About 5 or 6 miles away from where I am. That's just impressive. We don't see that, but we go for a few miles where the land, obviously it owns a lot of land. It's not a stately home or something. As I say, it's like rented out for functions and weddings and stuff. Let's zoom out a bit, eh? Yeah, and the beautiful, we're not on the Wirral or anything, this is the Cheshire countryside. I did try to do another, not far from here, excuse me, that looked really interesting, but it's overgrown. So I didn't want to, you know, drag myself through nettles and all that kind of stuff when I can do a nice walk here. And there are little ponds. In fact, there's one in the distance there. Can you see that? And that's one of them. There must be more, but that's the access point. We're not all that near to Port Sunlight, but that's their angling club, members only. Yeah. Tend to meet a lot of anglers and boaters and stuff. Have a chat. You know, what's the best bait for roach? I did do fishing, like a lot. When I was younger, I lived on Hayling Island for a short while and did sea fishing there. Hayling Island is in the south of England. It's near Portsmouth, I suppose. It's on that Solent. They've got those towers, round towers they were built, I think, for defence. It was great. Yeah, Hayling Island. Right, so off we go. I was in Wales, but the weather wasn't so good. So I'm not going to waste. I thought I'll go for a nice walk and then have my tea. You know, after a good walk, probably sleep contentedly. Yeah, there are some people, they never sleep well. That's not my problem. Yeah. Nicely wooded here. There's a series of, it crisscrosses. There are paths or whatever, but they're like in the form of like these rickety bridges that go over the top of the path. So I reckon all this is the lands from the manor, but you can't see where it is. It's pretty extensive, I think, if you can't see from if you're going. So we're on the perimeter of the manor house. Because there's a good zoom on this, but there's just no opportunity to see it, sadly. All this fencing here, that's sort of begins, no access. Yeah. So that's where they drive in, I don't know, with the champagne and something like that. Maybe just, I'm sure they've got a main road. Yeah, so there's first of a few of these. You just got a glimpse of it. Sorry, glimpse. I haven't got my teeth in properly today. Yeah, what's that there? Something. I think that fishing club has got access. You know where that gate was? There's some ponds over there. Can't quite see them, but you do get a glimpse. That must be a nice place. Don't know how much you have to pay, but if you've got a hobby, you've got to pay for it, whatever it is, I think. Unless you're a shoplifter, you don't have to pay for that. Make a bit of money on it, I believe, before they arrest you. It doesn't make any difference there. But I thought, no, you know, got to let my reputation build up again before I start doing that again. Yeah. Oh, there's a cable of some sort. It's good there's no traffic noise, isn't it? A few walks I've done, I've enjoyed them, but from choice I'd rather not listen to motorway noise and any kind of road when I'm having a nice peaceful walk. Still can't get the... Can't get a view of the ponds there because they're on the Google map. I walk, you know, I've been to Wales and that, but even locally I've noticed, you know, because there's so much rain that we've had, you know, there's when there's trees and that, there's a lot of mud still around. You have to pick your way carefully. Oh, there, can you see that? I can't... No, it's not picking it up. See there? Yeah. Just slow. Oh well. Use your imagination. Yeah. I reckon we're leaving the vicinity of the manor grounds. Yeah. And heading towards farmland and stuff like that. This is good. I'm over 6 foot and that's not the same height. 6 foot length of nettle. A strange formation there. Let's have a look. peaceful. Yeah. It might be a commodity, you know, when every bit of countryside is all built up, and you go to a place and you get your credit card and say, you know, how much peace that you can purchase to prevent insanity. Or, even worse, you become addicted to noise. You know, people who play music at 3 o'clock in the morning, things like that. You wouldn't want to be like that, would you? It's horrible. But, yeah. Many a thing said in jest, as they say. Oh, there are people coming this way. Hope they're not highwaymen. I'll point the camera. I don't like pointing cameras in people's face when they're trapped on a narrow path. Nicely overgrown, isn't it, round here? Are the dogs enjoying that? They're right next to all the nettles and stuff, aren't they? Eh? Poor lads. All right then. Yeah, there's briars and stuff across. Yeah, don't mind the odd person on a quiet walk, you know. I like to communicate once I get started. Yeah. Locals are always handy. There's all kinds of things you can get, you know, the information I'm talking about from locals and that I didn't know about. I even had a short trip on a narrowboat. I got talking to them. They're waiting on the locks, and as they're waiting, a bit like a tunnel there, they have to wait, go through, and yeah, it was nice little trip on the back of the boat. See, sometimes it pays to be nice, you know, go through the, you know, procedure, try and catch something off them, you know, whether it's food or... Because it's slightly muddy as well, all the little mites and, you know, those annoying little flies are around. Can't have everything. Gotta be careful here. Look at this. This is of course, this time of year, still the odd rain and that, but I'm glad I'm not wearing my shorts, but I've just got a light shirt, you know. So you have these wounds, you know, like a war veteran when you get back. I think I'm going a bit over the top here. Lovely, the light and everything, it's really nice. Couldn't put a price on this. Never tire of this. Well, I do. I wish I could do more in another country. I can do that in Spain and stuff, but yeah, so the Pyrenees has got a pathway and all this. There's all kinds of things to do besides of enjoying the towns and the culture, you know, boat trips. And look at that pylon in the middle of the I actually pass under it. The path goes under it. That's all right. Apparently the static, I think you can find it on YouTube if you take, you know, the strip lights, those tubes that you used to have in offices in the past. They still have them, but there used to be many of them. If you walk under that, say that pylon there, it would light up. Now, whether you believe me or not, you might check it out on YouTube. And there's so much, what they call it, don't know whether it is static or whatever it is. It has the power. I wouldn't say it lights up, you know, really bright, but it does. There is a reaction. Not like swamp gas or will-o'-the-wisp. I've actually experienced that. It's a very weird thing. It's methane gas apparently, and it actually, yeah, it's quite a rare thing. I don't think a lot of people have seen Will-o'-the-Wisp. That used to be a TV programme, narrated by Kenny Williams. It's like a cartoon thing. Picking my way through the roots. Oh. There's a guy in Buenos Aires, which is Argentina, the capital, I think. And it was quite, he don't normally show it, you know, where you're walking with your camera and stuff and your equipment. And he was walking in the city and there's like a fountain. He didn't know. He sort of backed off over and he sort of tipped backwards into the fountain. And it was good that he put that in, you know, and it was it was an accident, but it was very impressive. Yeah, I enjoyed you know, different places. I can't afford to go to all of them, so yeah. I do film, I've got a bracket in my car to do it. You know, people have good nice car journeys. There's one in particular, like there's an Australian guy who mounts it on his car and he goes along what's called the Gold Coast, you know, with all the beaches. It's just fantastic. You get to see a bit more because on a bike you do, it's a bit like getting out of the car. But even the car, if you put it on widescreen, you see everything around you. So it's half of what's there in front of you, so it's not just when you're driving. That being another fitting that you can have in the future. Could I have a widescreen eyesight, please? You know, almost like you're a fly or something. Yeah, take the notice. You know, I just talk to this tree. Looks like it's got eyes. See how your mind goes. See? Yeah, there are things in the world that are still wonderful. Yeah. Oh, it's an oak as well that's fallen. And this is an elm. See, it's like the skin of an elephant. Silvery. Oh no, it's beech, isn't it? That's right, it's beech. Yeah, there's an oak there down, and that's a beech tree. It says loose livestock. I hope that's not a bull. No. Oop. It's quite treacherous. You can't really. Well, I'm losing a bit of enjoying the walk because I'm spending a lot of time watching where I'm walking. But it's only in little. It's fine now. Some kind of crop there. I don't know what it is. It's not cereal based. It's well, could be anything. Get a clue when it flowers or whatever. Whoop. I can imagine in some places, you know, the Far East have got bamboo. The path in this time of year with all the rain, you'd be walking down it, and then the very next day, you know, there might be It grows so many inches, does it, a day, or I don't know. It's very quick growing, so there'll possibly be other plants like that. I'm picking my way through the trail. I'll have to go up the top of this route here. And again, we're not in a place where there's snakes and spiders, giant spiders. Yeah. where we excuse me, just as I talk then a little fly tried to choke me. Yeah, Thornton Hough is a lovely village. I did a quick little video of Thornton Hough. Yeah. You need to own a few bob to live there. There's no social housing in Thornton Hough. You know, there'd be a big fight over that, I think, if there was. And if you're local from here, the Blues Club is well worth a visit. It's advertised on YouTube and stuff like that. And which way am I going to go here? You've got the Floral Pavilion, which is New Brighton, which is not that far from here. If you go during the day, they have like a free music. It's usually somebody on a piano or something like that, but it's free. It's at the viewing point there. Can't think of what it's called, but and then of course there's a whole tribute bands and stuff they do. They've got theatre and they hire out business meetings and stuff there, and they have craft fairs and arts displays. That's at the Floral Pavilion. So if you park up at Morrison's like I do, there is plenty of room. You're not robbing somebody of their shopping. You can walk around New Brighton then at your leisure without worrying about, oh, I'm going to turn back, it's nearly 2 hours or whatever you paid. And it's even better if you go into the Floral Pavilion. Yeah, and you've got Perch Rock and the fortress there, Perch Rock Lighthouse. Yeah, fish and chips, you know, the usual. Theatre, cinemas. I can't remember the last time I've been to watch a film at a cinema. Open fields. Wake up if you're half asleep. We're out of the woods now. Yeah. Looks like wheat or barley. It'll only be another couple of months before that'll be, maybe more, ready to crop. Anyway, it's nice to have a change. Yeah, the other walk, you know, I like to go to places and then see what happens. And this other one, which is the other side of the road where I finish. Sadly here it's treacherous, there's grasses and there's like a furrow just off the 2 or the 1 foot linking path I'm on. Anyway, yeah, there was horses and stables, and I went that far, and I think it gets to the stage where crossing never reached it, the railway line, but it was so overgrown, you know. I'll have to get myself a Gurkha, you know. It's not the Himalayas or Everest, but with his, you can hack a path. You literally would need something like that. As you can see, there's healthy growth, combination of a summer with lots of water. My God. Ooh. See what I mean? My foot. Yes, you've got to be careful. There's not much room for error. Don't want to twist my ankle here. I've lowered the camera a bit, you can see. So if you were a kid, you know, less than 10, you'd be getting, well, you wouldn't see much for a start. It's not far now. So I'll have to name it. I think I might just have to name the road. I know where I can say I started, which is just where the sign was, so, you know, just outside Thornton, Hough, near the manor. And yeah. See, if you film something, there's some things come and go you can't see near the fruit stall, because that might not be there. You might say, oh well, sometimes you do. You know, there's a lot of technical stuff, you know. I was talking to a friend about was it the 70s, and Big Chief I Spy, and there were I Spy books. And originally, they'd been reintroduced by some other marketing company, a bit like, you know, do you remember Ladybird books? It's not them. But anyway, the original ones, there was Big Chief I Spy. That wasn't his name, but you got points for whatever it was. The rarer it was, the more points. And then when you completed the book, you know, obviously it'll vary about whether you're lucky enough to find an escaped gorilla. You know, that would be a lot of points, obviously. You send it off to him and you got some kind of certificate or something, if I remember. Yeah. Yeah, there's some people that deserve a certificate. You know who they are. Yeah, I'm one of them. But at least I'm aware of it. Yeah, it's great. They were great. I was looking them up on eBay just to confirm that, and they're still selling them, and they're not cheap. I Spy books. They were better. There was a lot of stuff out then. You know, you could say it wasn't all laptops and stuff. And myself, I'm into geeky stuff, but I did like the simpler things like that. And it got the kids out, you know, and they were themed, you know, like ships, boats, cars, whatever. So you could pick. You spend a bit like you know, from school you used to collect car numbers and silly things like that. Well, it looks like he's going to have a good crop in that field. There isn't where, you know, where it's flooded and there's like bare patches where the seedlings didn't survive. So I don't want to drop off this path and go into one of them trenches again. There's a path to somebody's garden there. Yeah. I know Big Chief I Spy, and I've learnt all these little North American Indian skills. There's a guy called Archie Bellany. It's a true story, and he was from Hastings. He was brought up by a couple of aunties, and he decided to jump on a ship and head off to Canada. And he sort of disappeared, which you can do there. Not even the Mounties would find you. And he became a hunter. After that, he did become a more, you know, for wildlife, looking after wildlife with his Native American wife. And anyway, he was called Big Chief, Grey Owl. Archie Bellany from Hastings. And he was so authentic, or they were fooled. He used to put various berries, you know, what to pick to make his, so he already had that look, you know, like that fine bone look of it, and it, you know, he just looked like an Indian. He went there to some exhibit or something, and he was there. This is Grey Owl from the Canadian wilderness, and he built things like log cabins and that. You know, he took it seriously. Look at that. There's the one patches I was talking about there. Look. Well, it's not a big loss, is it, for Mr. Farmer? Did another local walk a couple of miles. You see, you can talk to farmers. They're quite, you know, they're human. Had a nice chat. I asked him what's going on here at the path. He seemed grateful, you know, because there's normally people probably snarl at him. So I had a good chat. I ended up at the pub in the end. That was good, wasn't it? Not the farmer, he doesn't have time for that. There we go. So from Thornton Hough to Wirral Turf. So he's not allowed to move that van now because it's part of my, well, there's a private road. I could get the name of the road, and this main road here, A540 or something like that, who knows. Now where did I put my car? Well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to stop it here. It's just further up the road, and it's not, just do the free advertising. Okay, thanks for joining me, and if you want to subscribe, you can do. It's free, and I won't complain. And you're welcome. I hope, well, I don't know where I'm going to be, but I hope you come along. Bye for now.